And we'll share a case study now. It's about a couple.
So this couple, they fought with each other, and the husband actually raised his hands for the first time on the wife. The fight was really bad, and it went to a state where marriage was on the brink of breakup.
So the first part then we do is, again, we make the roadmap. And we already explained the first way to make a roadmap is through Google search. And the second way, you've already touched it. Actually, you probably read our minds what we were going to say. Is listening to what the client says, or basically yourself. A client always gives you clues about their life, their emotions. They drop very subtle hints in the conversation about what is happening to them. So you can always come to know exactly what to work for a client or yourself, because you know it yourself.
Yeah. So in his case, the roadmap was clear aggression, clear violence, clear lack of self-control, clear depression, clear separation and divorce programs.
And then the second step is like we work on emotions. And people are going to ask, like, why are we working on emotions? Because when we're not able to express our emotions, they get stuck in our body. And that emotion then creates imbalance and disease within us. Like we've seen, right? Animals,
Right.
when they are stressed or when they are fearful, they'll just shake it off and then go on with their day, and they've done, polished it. But what about us? We just keep it in our heart, in our in our body, and think,
And foot also.
and foot. Thank you, Charu.
Right. And just to bring to everyone's attention here, Charu, like all of you, you Brenda, 30+ years, you Charu, 20+years, the correlation between which emotion is involved with which physical out, the way it comes out in the physical form, you've learned with you figured it out with your experience over time. But with this method, because you have this emotion chart, you don't even need to know, you don't have to analyze it, right? The chart
Yeah.
is going to guide you with that also.
Yes. That through the technique, you will know. You don't have to find out, oh, that happened, so that is why now that emotion must have been created. No, nothing of that sort. Actually, I tell my students to shut their upper story. Don't apply any brains. Go with the flow, with the pendulum and the charts. And that is where the best miracles will happen. So, coming back to the procedure. So to work with miracle method, all we need to know is the name of a person. And what issue they want to work on. Apart from that, the information that we need is just their name. And then we use this chart and pendulum to read a person's energy field. And our method is not a touch therapy. So distance is immaterial. If the client sits next to me or if they sit miles apart, the healing effect remains the same. So distance is totally immaterial in our work.
So after the session, basically the result was talking terms were restored, harmony was restored, they exchanged apologies, rules were set for forward movement, and basically they saved themselves from a divorce and kind of started their relationship back again.
That is amazing. I would just want to ask you very quickly, Brenda and Charu. It's always so nice to hear about things that have gotten better, well, okay, sorted, miracle results. But there's this expectation then that develops that, oh my God, I've had this chronic issue for 20 years now. I'll do this once and tomorrow morning I'll be okay. Does it work like that?
So for chronic issue, no, it doesn't work like that. We always, when we teach, we tell students also that, see, healing also is a journey. Creating disease also is a journey, actually. It's not overnight. A disease doesn't get created overnight. So that also is accumulation of or mismanagement of energy for a very long duration results into a disease. So to disintegrate that also is a journey. So for chronic issue, we always tell students to do at least 3 sessions, minimum 3 sessions. And they're not done like today, tomorrow, day after, like that. Because it's, of course, like, if I give you antibiotic, you don't want to eat it all 5 tablets today. It's like doctor tells you take one, then after 24 hours, the second. So in the same way, we teach you how to do first, second, and third session how to do that. So it's a process.
So this is our student. She has already done a lot of other modalities. And I think through the last Mystic Lotus Delhi Summit, she actually came and started learning to us. And she's using basically our modality for most of her clients, because what she's realized is she's a past life hypnotherapist, and you need generally the client in front of you. And again, with all the things happening. So she realized she can actually do B&C Miracle Method at a distance again without having the client next to you. And so she is now, as she says, she's got many happy clients. She's released, from releasing stuck money, healing relationships, and even working on an alcoholic who didn't even know that work was being done on him, and he actually recovered, and so many more. So she's basically finding it an easy and effortless how things are being resolved for her and for her clients, basically.
Right. Lovely. I'm just going to stop share for a quick moment, Brenda. A few questions have come in. I'm going to bring that up. Before I do, as you just mentioned, Anu has written that she actually helped somebody who's an alcoholic without them even knowing. So is that an okay thing that you're working on somebody without their permission?
Yes, we talk at length on this topic, which we have brought in the class also when we teach. But yes, in our method, what me and Brenda decided is, see, the idea of the soul is always to get healed. So we educate students, whether you take permission or don't take permission, the healing happens with our method. But we educate them that to do healing for their loved ones, they can do without their knowing, if it is for a greater cause. However, if it is your neighbors or your colleagues or other people, then we tell them to set up their own boundaries and not to interfere in other people's journey, and to create boundaries and respect their own free will as well. So yes, the method works. And in this case, what she told us was that the mother was very worried. He
Okay.
intended to also leave alcoholism, but he was unable to.
Right.
And so mother booked the session. And without his knowing, she just did it, and he recovered.